hook up with our commentators in the booth as we turn it over to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Larry, thanks. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Inner Harbor and M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore, Maryland. Here's the scene a short time ago. The Ravens introduced to this sellout crowd, and through a sea of pyrotechnics, out they came from the tunnel. We're set to go as the Ravens get ready to match up with the Chicago Bears. Hello, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. As we get set here, Charles, we talk about wide receivers. Larry mentioned it in the open, but that's a big spot to look at here in this one.
I think you identified it perfectly because these guys have such an impact on the game nowadays because they throw the ball more than ever. And whether they're throwing it short, medium, or long, can they snatch it out of the air and create even extra yardage with run after catch?
Cody Parkey now ready to get this one started. And off we go from M&T Bank Stadium. The return man, Chris Moore. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Time to get a look at Joe Flacco as he and the Baltimore offense take the field. Now, Charles, I'm going to give you some negative numbers from this last year on Flacco, and then you give me your assessment of him. He had his fewest yards per game since his rookie year of 2008. And of the 12 quarterbacks who played all 16 games in 2017, his 18 touchdowns were the fewest. But he has hung around for a long time. What do you think of where he's at?
Well, I think that obviously the numbers are not what they're looking for. They did get better production in the run game, though, this year. Alex Collins, who they picked up for this season, really provided a nice spark. And you know they're a run-first team. And when they get that, that usually makes Joe Flacco a better player. But remember, he's coming off of a knee injury the year before, trying to get back into form. I think that his better years are still ahead of him. I don't think it's all behind him at this point, but he does need to improve his numbers.
He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. And the Buffet boys, the O-line, hopefully they're ready today.
Listen, you got to feed them first. But if you do, you usually get a great product out on the field. And when they play well, the quarterback can't wait to feed them afterwards.
Second and 10. Flacco once more. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Adrian Amos with a pick, and his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. Chicago's offense getting set to take over, and it's a crew, not only offensively, but defensively, obviously, collectively. The 4 straight last-place finishes. That's what they're facing as they enter 2018. Now, if there's a silver lining, I guess, they did go from 3 wins to 5 wins last year.
But you're really exciting the fans on that one, aren't you?
I was reaching.
Look, they finished number 10 on defense in the league, which was really somewhat remarkable because they had a number of injuries on all 3 levels, and somehow they fashioned that together. But Mitchell Trubisky, their rookie quarterback, who played well in spurts, they've got to surround him with talent, and a number 1 receiver would be a great place to begin. Because right now, the guys playing the perimeter, they're not going to give you very many game-breaking plays.
And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. For Jordan Howard, Charles, last year in 2017, not quite as good as the great rookie year he had in 2016.
And a big part of that, very simply, there weren't any playmakers around him to keep defenses back and keep things stretched. He was running into 8- and 9-man boxes on almost every carry. So I thought he had a tremendous year. Number 6 in the league in rushing after being number 2 a season before.
And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
In today's football, where receivers break tackles, make people miss, get upfield for the extra yardage, when you see a play like that where it's caught and he's dropped on the spot, that's a big-time play by the defense.
Looking to throw. Trubisky on first down. And he's got room. He showed off a nice juke of the defender before the next wave could bring him down. That one good for 10 yards. And it'll be second and very short. This is Howard on second down.
Second and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on third down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. They go play action here on first down. Trying to get it to Robinson, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the longtime Charger, Eric Weddle. And he'll bring this one back to the 29. And that was a young pup, the rookie being intercepted by a veteran DB.
And I loved our quick conversation in pregame with him on the field where he said, hey, look, I love playing these young quarterbacks. They don't know a whole lot yet, so I can use my mind to put me in a position to make a play.
Before the offense changes hands here, let's look back at the Super Bowl February 5th. What a game. I know you were there calling it offensively, though. Impressive on both sides.
It certainly was, and let's face it, if you're in Minnesota, it's cold outside, but you talk about the offenses, they heated up in a big way. And how about Nick Foles, the backup quarterback turned MVP, 373 yards, 3 touchdowns, and, of course, the big one receiving on the Philly special.
Quite a story. And as you and I were talking about off air, it was just a fluid game, not a lot of penalties, just really clean play.
Exactly the type of game the NFL needed for the audiences at home watching the game and, of course, people in attendance. A really well-played game.
A first carry now for Alex Collins. Not much room here as he only gets it to about the 30. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. The starting 11 defensively for the Bears.
Prince Amukamara was signed as a free agent from Jacksonville because of what Chicago has to deal with in their own division. When you think of the NFC North, you think of Green Bay and Detroit and their ability to throw the ball all over the field with big, fast, shifty receivers, and you can never have enough guys to try and cover them.
Second down, Collins. And he's got a good gain of 7 up to the 37.
That was a good run, probably right on the edge of breaking into something really big. So the defensive guys right now are talking about, okay, what can we do to slow him down before he truly gets started?
And they're just a couple of yards shy of a first down here on 3rd down. They'll try and run forward with Collins. And very little room to maneuver. He'll get this down to about the 39. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
So on 4th down, here's Sam Cook to punt it away. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. CD, I want to get your thoughts on some potential free agents this offseason before we change the possession here. Now, caution, many of these guys could be re-signed, I know, but who are some of them? Kirk Cousins is one.
Yeah, we're talking about difference makers. Kirk Cousins at the quarterback position. He's going to be coveted around the league by quarterback-needy teams. Case Keenum had a big year. Could he move? But how about running backs? Le'Veon Bell, Dion Lewis, some pass catchers, Jimmy Graham, Jarvis Landry, Sammy Watkins. And about the guy who goes and gets quarterbacks, DeMarcus Lawrence had a monster year for Dallas last season.
Yeah, a lot of big names that could be out there as free agents.
False start, offense.
Now they nab the rookie there for the 5-yard penalty.
So much going through his head. You know it just has to be, right? All of his assignments and realizing every game he plays, one of the better players in the league will be opposite him.
From the shotgun is Trubisky. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. Zadarius Smith. Tough to handle on that blitz. He gets him for a loss of 5.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
Yeah, blink of an eye. That happened fast and a big sack. Now Trubisky to throw on second. And his throw's going to be incomplete. He was trying to hit Taylor Gabriel that time. And it'll bring up 3rd down. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on 1st down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
Now Trubisky on 3rd and long. And incomplete on the deep ball.
And absolutely zero surprise that that one was incomplete, huh? I mean, truthfully, how many OCs have we seen with 3rd and 20 on their play sheet and go, oh, I've got the exact play to dial up?
No, that's just a head scratching down when you're facing a 3rd and 20. Tried to complete it, couldn't get it done. Here's Pat O'Donnell now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. And a fair catch called for and made just inside the 35-yard line. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And the Ravens, they'll take over. But before the possession switches here, I had written down that I wanted to talk about some of the awards this past season in the NFL. We know Brady was the MVP, but Todd Gurley, Offensive Player of the Year.
How about that for a bounce back? Many were questioning whether he'd had a sophomore slump the season before. Didn't even get to 1,000 yards. Was a dominant force in 2017. How about his teammate Aaron Donald on the defensive side? He took home Defensive Player of the Year award.
Yeah, very impressive. They had both sides of the ball. Sean McVay deserving, I think you would agree, of Coach of the Year.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, what he did for the Rams when they went from last in league in scoring to leading the league in scoring and winning a division title. And how about the New Orleans Saints? Rookie of the Year, offense and defense. Alvin Kamara on offense, Marshawn Lattimore on defense. Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again, go play action, hit them over the top.
On 2nd down, Flacco to throw. And unable to connect on the long pass. It falls down incomplete. He was trying to get it to Michael Crabtree there. And it's 3rd down.
Well, they're slinging it. And then there's one you got to put a timer on, huh? I mean, that one came in hot.
That came in hot, but overthrown out of his reach and incomplete. 3rd down. Flacco needs a decent chunk of yardage. And the third down pass falls incomplete. Worth noting, Crabtree had 9 drops last year, most in the league. Now, granted, that came on 145 targets.
And so he had plenty of opportunity, but still a little bit of a surprise coming out of college. One of the best parts of his game, his strong hands.
Here's Sam Cook now. On for his second punt. He'd take a repeat of his first. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback. So the football switching hands here in just a second. And, you know, Tom Brady, just to go off on a tangent for a second, may have lost the Super Bowl, but third MVP this past season, and what he did at age 40, really something, right, Charles?
Absolutely phenomenal. Ended up beating out Todd Gurley, the running back for the Los Angeles Rams, but he would have traded it for a Super Bowl win, don't you think? How about this? The last 9 NFL MVPs to play in the Super Bowl that same season, 0-9.
Yeah.
You go all the way back to Kurt Warner in, what, 1999, where he won the double?
We were going over that stat earlier. That is hard to believe.
But he would have been the MVP had the Patriots pulled that one out.
Yeah, he still has 5 rings, though. 5 Super Bowl titles for Brady. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
Nice job by the defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on first down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter.
Here we go. 3-19.
They go with Howard again. Oh, he shifts past him. And he'll get about 6 up to the 27-yard line.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively.
Let's go. Blue landing.
Out of the gun, Trubisky. Out to the left there and complete to Howard. Just a 1-yard pickup on the play, and that's going to make it 4th down.
Partner, I think that completion takes the definition of dink and dunk to a different level, doesn't it?
It does, and the defense was right there, kind of played into their hands. Here's Pat O'Donnell now, as he'll kick it away for the second time. Great coverage there, holds him to a 2-yard return following a 50-yard punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. It certainly was a disappointing end of the season for Baltimore as their offense comes back onto the field. But everyone remembers Cincinnati knocking them out of the playoffs on that Andy Dalton to Tyler Boyd play. They finished 9-7. The interesting thing was they had a plus 92 points differential, which was 4th best in the AFC.
So that tells me, and we saw it throughout the season, they were back to playing Baltimore Ravens defense. And that really helped their offense out in a big way. I think they still need help at the skill positions. And they've got to upgrade at wide receiver. Alex Collins stepped in and played well at running back, but he needs some help as well. And, of course, Joe Flacco's going to have to continue to get better at his position. They've got to score more points and help out that defense, which played so well in 2017.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
He's had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. They go again with Collins. Room here to run. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That's good for a Raven first down, 15 yards there. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards. We also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
They look to throw on 1st and 10 with Flacco. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. Well, too much oomph, too much mustard there on that pass.
They really turned it loose, didn't they? Really cut loose with that one. Sharp, strong. Didn't lead to a completion, though. Made it very difficult.
10 yards still left on 2nd down. From the gun, Flacco. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. Here's a 1st down run with Collins. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
I think there's one element that just keeps increasing on defense in the NFL, and that's speed. They want it at every position, and we just saw there some linebackers who can go sideline to sideline, run past that trash, go past people, and make tackles near the sidelines.
Not only near the sideline, but also in the backfield there for the loss. And the offense behind the chains here, a touch on 2nd and 11. Operating out of the gun, Flacco over the middle and into the hands of his receiver Moore. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. It's a pickup of 11 and a Baltimore 1st down.
I think that's a big pickup for a 1st down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a 1st down, executed it to perfection. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Looking deep for Crabtree. Oh, so close to an interception. Read that beautifully. Got his hands on it. Couldn't get it. And it's 2nd down.
They decided to take a shot and right down the middle of the field. And really, they didn't give it as much time to develop, did they? They want to take that shot somewhere around the 15-yard mark.
And the defense able to recover, batted free. They'll run it here. This is Buck Allen. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. They get 6 here after the incompletion, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 4.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. They'll take that any time you hand the ball to a back.
This will be the 8th play of the drive here. 3rd and 4. Flacco from the gun. Open man, it's Allen. And he's going to get the 1st down here as he's taken down at the 22. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well. And that's one of his advantages of a passer, is it not? With his height, setting back there in the pocket, firing it over the middle, he can really see everything clearly.
It is, and I know that other quarterbacks get it done different ways, all right? You don't have to be his height to make a great play, but what he does is he takes away having to make those slide steps in the pocket to find angles to throw the ball through. He just throws right over the top of it because he can see everything, and sometimes that saves time and gets the ball to a receiver quicker.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. Well, they know how to protect the pass, but sometimes cornerbacks, they can also stop the run, can't they?
Is that what we call a complete corner? Yeah, because we're so used to these guys just being defenders in the pass game. How about the guys who can come up and make the tackles? That's what we just saw there for no gain, too.
Second down, Flacco now. And this will be incomplete.
When we talk with people about what we think the most important quality for an NFL quarterback to possess, what do people usually say?
Arm strength, and he showed the arm strength there.
Yeah, pretty good bullet pass he threw, but he wasn't accurate, was he?
No.
Listen, you like mobility, but accuracy, first and foremost, is what a quarterback needs. He didn't possess it on that play.
Fake to Allen. Here's Flacco. Going for it all. And it's incomplete, almost intercepted. He had a great shot at picking that off in the end zone. It brings up fourth down.
Well, that was certainly an aggressive call and an aggressive play. Instead of just going for the first down, took the shot in the end zone, went for the touchdown.
And on third down, they said, forget about the sticks. We want 6. So on fourth down, Flacco off to the sidelines. He gives way to Justin Tucker. From the left hash, this from 39. And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. And the Ravens strike first at 3-zip. So they get 3. They were hoping for 6. An unlucky number 13 play drive.
Well, you go to the sideline after putting 3 points on the board, happy, but you wanted to be ecstatic. You wanted to have 6 on the board. On the opposite sideline, though, the defense, I think they're high-fiving each other, only giving up 3 after letting them run that much offense.
Tucker now following the made field goal, set to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. I want to give a hat tip real quick, Charles, to J.J. Watt before the possession switches here. Walter Payton, NFL Man of the Year, and they totaled up how much he helped raise for hurricane relief, $37 million.
Incredible. Hurricane Harvey, which really hit the Houston area in a big way, and his original goal was $200,000. So congratulations to J.J. Watt and all the people who participated. And Greg Olsen of the Panthers, Benjamin Watson of the Ravens, both tight ends, also nominated and finalists for the most prestigious award as determined by the NFL, the Walter Payton Man of the Year Award.
Let's go! 3-19!
They go with Howard to begin the drive. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Partner, that defensive win reminds me of something a coach of mine used to say all the time. If you really want it, you'll find a way to go get it. And the defense did exactly that.
Let's go! 3-19! 3-19!
Again, it's Howard. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. It's a loss of 4. Now third down.
Well, add that play to his resume, Real, because he went to the Pro Bowl last year. That's how you go to the Pro Bowl. You make plays like that, big-time penetration, and throw people for losses.
Now the Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on third down.
Could be a blitzer.
All right, here we go.
From the gun, it's Trubisky. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up fourth.
He's thrown 1 interception already, and that doesn't necessarily mean the rest of the game is going to go like that. but it does seem that he's a little bit off in his approach to this one.
Yeah, it does, and that was a risky throw right there.
Got to be careful about taking care of the ball, making sure you get back within yourself. I mean, those mechanics that they work on all the time, they're there for a reason. Kind of get back to those and maybe tamp it down a little bit.
And he's getting a workout here in this first quarter as he gets it away. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. First and 10 here for Flacco. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. So just a lone field goal in this first quarter of play. 3-0 is our score. We're back to Baltimore after this.
The NFL on EA Sports is presented by Snickers. You're not you when you're hungry. Snickers satisfies.
Second quarter now. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis with you. It's the Ravens who have the football. They face a 2nd and 7 to start things out. Completed pass play. Now let's see if they go back to the air or to the ground. Flacco here on 2nd down. And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away but could not. Leonard Floyd, the outside linebacker, drops him for a loss of 6. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
Flacco and the Ravens now, after the sack, need something good here on 3rd and long. Here's Flacco. To Allen on the dump off. And he's able to get up here to the 26. A gain of 4 on the play, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height, sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively, doesn't it?
It really does, because your goal is to move the quarterback off his initial spot when he gets his drop back completed. But when you have that type of height, he can stay in there. If he's willing to take the hits and just fire over the top, which saves him time and actually completes the play a little bit quicker than it normally does for a quarterback that has to slide and find open space to throw.
51 yards on the punt there. And the Bears take over. And this offense led by Mitchell Trubisky going to make their way back out there. He's got to dig deep here, doesn't he? Team's losing. He's not playing well either.
And they always tell you, don't press. You'll make things a little bit worse. But in this particular situation, you try and heighten your play a little bit. So far, he's thrown 1 interception. He wants to balance that off with at least 1 touchdown pass in order to get his team back moving forward.
They'll begin the drive with Howard. Nowhere to go that time. Might have gotten a yard up to the 25.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much.
Detroit! Detroit! 39! Green, 39!
now out of the gun. And he'll work his way across the 30 to the 32. And he's able to get most of what he needed on the carry there. 7 yards on the gain, and it's 3rd and 2 now.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled him up throughout the game, because that was his longest run of this contest.
The Bears on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This time they face a 3rd and 2.
Here we go. Green, 39. Green.
Now it's Trubisky. And Robinson with a big catch. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
But we're used to seeing the guy that you consider the #1 receiver double covered. But how about this guy? He's double covered and finds a way to make the play for a first down.
That's how you increase your Madden rating, right?
No doubt about that at all. And you know something? I think we'll hear about that from him soon.
On 1st and 10, it's Trubisky. Oh, that was dangerous. Threw it into coverage, almost picked, but instead they'll keep it on 2nd down.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, there's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
So incomplete on 1st. Let's see what 2nd down has in store. And we've got movement. I think this is against the Bears here. Let's find out.
False start, offense.
And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5.
Still 2nd down.
On 2nd down, Trubisky. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away, and now it's 3rd.
I think we can make this one pretty simple. That was a rookie mistake made by the rookie quarterback, trying to force a pass without really using proper mechanics.
The Bears on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and 15. Trubisky to throw again. Pressure comes, and Trubisky goes down. C.J. Mosley coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it'll be 4th down. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
Here's Pat O'Donnell now. He's been terrific so far. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. Time to discuss Michael Crabtree. 2nd quarter, a guy like him, no catches, so that's the surprising part. But they're winning, so maybe they've been able to do some other things effectively, I guess.
And they found other ways, haven't they? Because the receivers will tell you, offense needs to run through us. But they're managing to get it done in this ball game without having to actually do that. I wouldn't expect them to stay silent for the rest of the game.
Yeah, you got to think that his first catch is coming at some point. They'll begin the drive with Collins. And he'll get only a couple up to the 22.
Well, he's looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
Flacco off play action. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up third down.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. They fake the handoff. Now Flacco to pass. And this time he's got the hookup. It's complete. And he's able to get it to the 31, and that's enough for the first. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
Play action, Flacco. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete.
What's the old adage? Be quick, but don't hurry. Yeah, that went right out the window there. He was hurried, harassed. That ball had to be gotten rid of, otherwise he was going to get sacked.
Incomplete on first down. Now Flacco on second. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
The Ravens on third down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Flacco will take to the air again. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Danny Trevathan in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that'll lead to a 4th down. And they weren't in zone coverage. They were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
Here's Sam Cook now as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. So possession goes over here on the punt. Jordan Howard and the Bears offense making their way back out there. He's had a good chunk of carries. Problem is for very little success. I don't want to put it all on his shoulders, but that's a big reason they're losing right now.
Have to be very careful that he doesn't start pointing fingers. Offensive line obviously trying. The defense is doing a nice job against him today. When it's all said and done, it's all about the guy in the mirror. He has to get it done better going forward.
We'll see if he can look and do some soul searching now. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. They go play action here on first down. And got his man complete. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Trey Burton, 82 yards. And the Bears are able to show off their quick strike ability. When they drew that up, I don't think they envisioned it ending in a house call, but he got it and took it all the way home.
Really impressive run after the catch, wasn't it? That was really special by him. But let's face it, in today's NFL, those tight ends are often former wide receivers or maybe even sometimes bigger running backs, they just put them in a position to get a great matchup and make plays like that.
Cody Parkey is on now for the point after. And this is up and good to make it 7-3. Those are the ones the offensive coordinators dream about. One-play drives from that distance. What an effort. It results in the touchdown. Here's Parkey now, set to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Here comes the Raven offense now, ready for another possession. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Flacco fakes the give, sets to throw. And they can't get the long connection as it falls incomplete. That one was intended for John Brown. That'll bring up second down.
Well, I guess we just discovered that someone is certainly not going to sit back and just take it in this game, huh?
No, they were trying to get that touchdown back in one shot.
One shot, trying to help out his defense and let the other team know they were coming after him.
Second and 10. Flacco once more. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. Tried to get it to Willie Snead there. Third down here.
We always talk about receivers. If the ball hits your hand, you're supposed to haul it in, but it is hard to adjust to a pass thrown a little bit behind you.
That one was all the momentum going forward. Couldn't contort his body back to grab it. The Ravens on third down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. Here's Flacco. It finds Crabtree for the completion. And he'll be out of bounds up past the 45. That one goes for 24 yards. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on third down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times, because he can trust you being in the right spot. And they connected there and picked up a first down.
Throwing here on first down. Flacco. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. Michael Crabtree, 52 yards. And the Ravens are in for 6. And they use that height on the outside to get the score.
We've seen the evolution of the wide receivers. They've gotten taller and taller, but they've retained their quickness and their speed. It's a lethal combination.
Always good to have wide receivers with height. Justin Tucker for the extra point. And it's through, and that makes the lead 10-7. So that drive, 4 plays. And it's capped off with a Ravens touchdown. Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. The Bears offense led by Mitch Trubisky heading back out there. He's had a solid start to this game, but bottom line is they're losing, so he doesn't care about his stats. He just wants to right the ship on the scoreboard.
He wants to actually increase his stats because he feels like if he does, that means things will get better for his team, maybe get him back into the ball game or into the lead. In these situations, I remember playing with a quarterback once where he actually ran out onto the field first ahead of everyone else just to say, guys, let's go. Try and create that energy, create that spark.
Well, so far he has 1 touchdown, 1 interception. He'll be looking for that second touchdown now. On first down, they run with Howard. And he'll take this one up close to the 25-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Not a big run on the first play of the drive, but that doesn't necessarily mean it was a bad play. Sometimes you're just trying to settle in, get your guys a little bit of contact, and get things moving.
Trubisky, draw play, gives to Howard. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Only a gain of a couple there. That leaves them needing about 7 here on third down.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
On third down, Trubisky. Over the middle, complete. That's Burton. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
They run play action for Howard. Now Trubisky. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he's finally taken down, but not before getting across midfield and across the 45-yard line. A good pickup there of 20 yards. Trubisky with the give to Howard. And able to push forward for right around 3 yards down to the 42.
Not much happening there on first down.
I thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on second down. Now Trubisky to throw on second. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Tony Jefferson able to get him for a loss of about 3.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. Let's see what they draw up here. 3rd and long following the sack of Trubisky.
Let's go. 3-19.
From the shotgun is Trubisky. He's going to wind up and air it out. Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. Josh Bellamy, 44 yards. And the Bears are in for 6.
Well, that's what I call an answer right there. They gave up a sack on the previous play. How about what they did to finish things off, turning it right back around?
That's the response, and that O-line feels a lot better now, don't they?
Yeah, without a doubt, because give up the sack on the previous play, that just hurts those guys because they never want to see their guy get hit.
Now Parkey for the extra point. And that makes it 14-10. So that a 7-play, 80-yard drive. And the end result is a Bears touchdown. Here's Parkey now, set to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Michael Crabtree and company now heading back onto the field. He's been good so far to this point in the second quarter. Need to get him even more involved, maybe?
I would agree with that. Definitely. Yeah, it's not even a question for me. The way he's playing, he's doing a nice job. Increase things. More touches, more opportunities. Maybe that can reverse things on the scoreboard for them.
They'll try to ratchet things up then maybe here in the second quarter. The drive starts with a run by Collins. And he's going to go backward. They get him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Well, forget about finding a lane there. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Probably fortunate he was able to hold on to the football.
And again, it's Collins. Only a couple there as he'll be brought down about the 28. The Ravens on third down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is 3rd and 8. A reminder, coming up at halftime, Larry Ridley will join us from Orlando with our halftime report, but business to take care of before that. The Ravens on third down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is 3rd and 8. Operating out of the gun, Flacco. And he's got Snead. And he goes out of bounds across the 40-yard line. They get 14 on that one. That's good for a Baltimore first down.
And that's how you pick up a first down. Not only does he make the catch, but has enough body control to get his feet down inbounds, toe tapping and dragging to make sure he gets it done.
First and 10, and Flacco looking to throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. That throw good for 4. It's second down. On second down, Flacco to throw. Drops it underneath for Collins. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs. Now a play fake here on first down. He's got it at the 15. And he takes this thing down deep into Chicago territory. An excellent pickup of 34 yards.
Usually hitting a deep post pattern, as we just saw there, for a big gainer, that's tough to do because you usually have a safety or two in the middle of the field. But if you hit enough crossers and underneath routes and curls, you start to get those guys creeping up, wanting to make plays on the football. It's the equivalent of a changeup in baseball. You show your other stuff, throw the changeup, and on that play, it worked for big yardage.
On first down, Flacco over the middle, and it's incomplete.
The one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown him a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after him. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. Flacco to throw again on second down. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they didn't completions on first and second down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. And again, it's Flacco to throw. And that's incomplete.
I think that was a good job there defensively. They did allow them to drive all the way downfield, but once they got their backs to the goal line, they really turned up the pressure.
Yeah, they let them get all the way down here. Now the field shrinks. They've struggled to convert, and that last incompletion brings up 4th. And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. And the lead is down to 1 now at 14-13. So in the end, they had the ball for 10 plays, but the drive only yields 3 points.
Yeah, they were able to move the football, but the defense stiffened once their backs went to the end zone, and they were able to hold them to just 3.
Tucker now following the made field goal, set to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. Spins away. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. And this offense led by Mitchell Trubisky going to make their way back out there. And he's looked pretty good. Does have the 1 interception, but 2 touchdown passes so far. Your analysis.
They'll take the offset. When you talk about throwing 2 touchdown passes, no one wants to see an interception thrown, but those things happen in the course of a ball game and over the course of a season. But throwing 2 touchdown passes, that's why the team has an advantage. That's what they're looking for more of.
He'll be hoping to make it a 3-to-1 ratio here in the second quarter. Now Trubisky on first down. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. Allen Robinson, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up second down.
One thing I have learned, receivers don't mind high throws so much to the sideline, but do that over the middle to them, and not only the DB's going to throw a little verbal trash their way, when they get back to the huddle, they're going to have a few words to say to their QB, aren't they?
Yeah, hung out to dry a little bit there on the high throw. Luckily fell incomplete. Again on 2nd and 10, it's Trubisky. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
My good friend, I'm just going to pose the question to you. Did that look like a pass that he should have thrown?
Now, the rookie probably needs to be a little bit more careful in these situations.
Yeah, that throw will turn him into a veteran quicker, but not in the way that he wants. He wants to learn his lessons by making good throws, not throws like that.
Green, 39.
Now it's Trubisky. Now Trubisky lost the football. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And they'll be inside the red zone with the ball at the 16-yard line. And a defensive-minded coach loves to turn up the heat, turns it up there, it pays off.
And back in the good old days, those defensive-minded coaches just talked about intimidating teams, using force, right, beating them to the punch. In this case, they're talking about creating turnovers. That's all they preach all game long, all practice long, every meeting. Get the football. That's what they want.
Time to discuss Michael Crabtree, making his presence felt early in this one. First half, already over the century mark.
How about the yards per completion, too? That's a pretty darn good number there. Number of catches, but he's shredding defenses, getting big yardage with each and every one of them.
Really nice starting field position here for the offensive unit. So the fumble recovery, now Flacco to throw. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. He was looking for Alex Collins that time, and that'll bring up second down.
Sometimes the coverage is so good, no matter what you're doing on offense, you just can't shake anyone free. They try their best to find someone open, but they took away every passing alley, every angle, and shut the play down.
Single, slot. Hey, you're on an island over there.
Flacco here on second down. And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here.
You don't want to throw away this excellent field position, but that's 2 incomplete passes in a row. Definitely need something big here on 3rd and 10.
Conversely, defense has done a good job on 1st and 2nd down. The coverage has been draped. The Ravens on 3rd down. They're right at about the league average, 40%, 4 for 10. This is 3rd and 10. From the gun, Flacco. And almost intercepted. Would have been a huge pick in the end zone, but as it stands, that brings up 4th.
Not only did they drop what looked like an interception in the end zone, they blew a golden opportunity to shift the momentum.
So they won't get a touchdown, but here's a chance to at least get 3 to end the first half. From the right hash, this from 33. And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. And with that, they'll take a 2-point lead here in quarter number 2. So that one is his 3rd of the game. Now, if you're wondering, that's only halfway to his career high, as he once had 6 field goals.
Brandon, what, 6? Let's hope we don't get that again, please. Okay, can we see a few touchdowns here and there?
That'd be nice. Tucker now following the made field goal, set to kick it away. This will be fielded at the 6. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half.
Here we go now. Green, 39.
Final play of the half. It's Trubisky. Gonna let one fly for Robinson. And this one is incomplete. So we're at halftime here at, well, Larry, I know it's late there in Orlando. This is a school night. Folks eager to get right back to the action here in the 3rd quarter. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. So here's the Bears offense now as they get set to start this third quarter. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. They'll run it now out of the gun. And this has been a recurring theme tonight for sure. Nowhere to run. Back to the line of scrimmage, that's all. No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Now it's Trubisky. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
That would have been a great catch, but it was real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
The Bears on third down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 10. Out of the gun, Trubisky. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him.
My man, it's been a rough night for that offensive line, and it's only getting rougher. 5 sacks now that they've given up in this contest so far. It feels like the witching hour out here, doesn't it?
Okay, stupid question. What's the witching hour?
Yeah, the witching hour. That's when everything goes haywire late at night.
Here's Pat O'Donnell now, standing right on his own 5-yard line. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. With it is Brown. Brown with his stick skills. A good return there, 17 yards. The Ravens offense getting ready now for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Now, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. First and 10 here for Flacco. And his pass incomplete.
Oh, man, for him to be that wide open and drop it. Sometimes you have just too much time on your hands, right? You end up thinking way too much, and your hands get shaky.
And yes, he's a tight end, but that's a catch he should have made. And on 2nd and 10 now. Here's Collins. And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40. Call it about a gain of 3, and they'll be looking at a 3rd and 7 coming up.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
And force the incompletion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation. The Bears have put an extra defender in the secondary on 3rd down.
Yep, they're in the nickel. Flacco from the gun. Caught left side to Crabtree. And all the way in for the Ravens touchdown. Michael Crabtree, his second touchdown of the night. And the Ravens will add on to their lead.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his second touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. Tucker now to add the point after. And that makes it a 9-point game. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And it's capped off by the Baltimore score. Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take this forward for 2, maybe 3. But we do have a flag down, and they're already marching backward.
Holding offense.
That time, the right guard sending him backwards.
And so many different types of guys rotate in on the defensive line now, depending on situations. You can get the bulky guy, the fast guy. No matter what, though, you can't hold them.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he finds enough of an opening to get this one back up to his 20. Give him 5 yards there, and it'll bring up second down. 5 yards there, and remember Howard last year, 5.2 yards per rush, so right around his average. The only Bears running back that's averaged that many yards per carry in a single season, Walter Payton.
And if Jordan Howard can keep up that type of pace, the city of Chicago will surely embrace him.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is going to lose yardage here. So he loses 3 yards there. Now third down.
Partner, I think the easy thing now would be to just abandon the run and start throwing the football at all costs. But I've been in so many games where it doesn't work running the ball. It doesn't work running the ball. And then something pops, and now you get something going. I'm not so sure to just abandon your game plan this early in the second half.
The Bears on third down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. From the gun, it's Trubisky. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Putting pressure on the guy throwing the football is always good, but when you can couple that with contact on him that leads to an incompletion as we just saw there, that's winning football.
Here's Pat O'Donnell now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. stick skills. So a change of possession here on the punt. Michael Crabtree and company now heading back onto the field. Seems like the measuring stick for a receiver for a great game is 100 yards. Well, he's well past that now.
And as we analyze how he's getting them, that's where it really becomes fun because, let's face it, they keep sending coverage at him, keep trying to put the pressure on, yet he finds ways downfield and finds openings. That's a really crafty receiver.
They look to throw on 1st and 10 with Flacco. Crabtree has it. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
Second down now after the pass completion. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
That's a good, nice, crisp run for a first down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
So the run gets them the first, and now they operate with a fresh set of downs. Now a give to Collins. And he'll get 3 up to midfield.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here. They run with Collins. And he's brought down. That's good for a Raven first down, 15 yards there.
And that's something that's been lacking in Baltimore's running game the last few seasons, the ability to really hit on a big run.
Last year, their longest run was just 41 yards all season, 4 yards per carry near the bottom of the league. Flacco gives to Allen. Pushing through tacklers at the 30. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball, protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point. Going to make that defense stand up and stop them. And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground. They keep it on the ground. Allen again. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
4 yards remaining now on 2nd down. A break from the ground game here. Flacco. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. 7 yards on the pickup there, and now they've got it 1st and goal. offense walks to the line for play number 7 of the drive. On first and goal, Collins. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up second and goal.
Well, he didn't make headway on that one, but he's had plenty of carries all night long. I just wonder if maybe he's a little bit tired from toting the rock that much.
Second down, Flacco now. And it's incomplete. Well, the numbers have been good in the passing game, and certainly a big reason why they have the lead. But now here, third quarter, maybe go to the run game a little more?
Yeah, perhaps. I mean, after that incompletion, a little credit to the defense for shutting them down on that play. Maybe you try and run the football a little bit more in this spot. But they have to feel good about how they've been throwing it overall.
Third and goal, Flacco. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and that will bring up an interesting decision here on 4th and goal. So on 4th down, Flacco off to the sidelines. He gives way to Justin Tucker. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. And that will give him a 12-point lead. So making 4 out of 4 now in the field goal department, and he's able to extend their lead.
When drives are bogged down, he's been automatic out there. So nice to have a kicker you can count on to put points on the board.
Tucker now following the made field goal, set to kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take it forward for about 5 up to the 28-yard line.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on first down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
So we've got a 2nd and 5.
Let's go! 3-19!
Trubisky will throw. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. The Bears on 3rd down. They've converted a third of their opportunities, 3 for 9. This will be 3rd and 5.
Hurry up, here we go! Green 39! Green 39!
Throwing here, Trubisky. And that is incomplete.
I'm not sure we could spot any tendency here on this 3rd down. They could have run it or passed it. Either one was available. They chose to try and get it through the air, but they run successful.
Here's Pat O'Donnell now as he's on to punt for Chicago. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and 12.
Came out in a power set, but that only served to put more men in the box. And guess what? If you're going to do that, you've got to win up front, right? Your offensive guys have got to beat the defenders. They lost all leverage on that play.
It's already 2nd and 12. The defense hoping to push them back more. Here's Flacco. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And they'll get him down here at the 23. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
Fake to Allen. Here's Flacco. Going for the deep ball. And a shot taken on 3rd down, unsuccessful. 4th down now.
I guess they figure with a guy who is that hot downfield, who knows how to get the ball into the end zone, you throw it up and give him every opportunity, even though that one fell incomplete.
Yeah, he's already been in the end zone multiple times. Tried to target him again deep there, but unsuccessful. On is the punter, Cook, who sends it away. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. Now, if you're a fan of punting, and I know that not many people are, but this game kind of turning into one for you.
Well, it's okay if it's a skills contest, right? We're really into it then, but not during the course of an actual game. This has turned into a field position game, though. Sometimes the better punter may actually determine the outcome.
This is Howard. Oh, an absolutely filthy juke. He's got some space now. And they're able to get this one across the 35. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains.
Another nice run there by Jordan Howard. And when we talk about fresh legs, how about 2016? Jordan Howard, the #2 rookie rusher. Heck, the #2 rusher in the NFL behind another rookie, Ezekiel Elliott.
In the first 3 weeks of the season, he only had 12 carries. So once week 4 hit, really found his groove. So it'll be first down here after the run. They'll run it now out of the gun. And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. Now Trubisky, and incomplete there. A nice hit, jars the ball free, and brings up 3rd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
The Bears on 3rd down. They're hitting at just 30%, 3 for 10. This is 3rd and 7.
Hurry up, here we go.
They go play action. Trubisky. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. And never good on a pass completion there to go the wrong way. Lost yardage.
No, for some reason, it seems to work better when you throw it downfield or you can move the ball downfield running it that way, doesn't it? But in this case, if you're the defensive guys, you're energized, executed well, and you caused a lost yardage play. That's going to feel good and look great in film.
Here's Pat O'Donnell now as he's on to punt for Chicago. And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. And now here come the Ravens. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
This is Collins on the handoff. And he'll get this up only to about the 22. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
An opportunity to get a drive started here at the end of the 3rd quarter. What you're trying to do is break the game down a little bit. Don't let your guys see too deep into the game, into the future, and say, oh, we got to get here. No, right here, right in front of them, melt the clock down, get to the 4th quarter, try and keep going.
And try to keep that lead.
Exactly.
1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Back now in Baltimore. It's the Ravens in control of the football. They've also got the lead as we get set for the 4th. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Operating out of the gun. Flacco toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. They get 14 on that one. That's good for a Baltimore first down.
Well, it may seem a little unorthodox to some people. Got the lead, 4th quarter, yet he's still firing away. I think he believes that's the best way to go ahead and win the game.
Yeah, a lot of coaches say, let's just run the football, be conservative. He's sticking to his game plan.
No, that is his game, and that's what they're going to ride.
Now Collins. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It's a pickup of 11 and a Baltimore first down.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
So here we go, 1st and 10 now. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he works his way forward for about 4 up to the midfield stripe. And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Flacco from midfield. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up third.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field and it's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch. It doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense, because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
It's third down, 6 yards to go for the offense. Flacco. And he comes back with one complete. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on third down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. Give him 3 on the play, and they're going to face a third down. The fourth quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
Third down. Flacco needs a decent chunk of yardage. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's fourth down. He's been a busy man here in this one, and they're showing off some nice footwork to stay in bounds.
And with those types of catches and the volume that we've seen in this game, wouldn't you keep him busy as well?
I would.
Of course. You got to keep throwing it to him. He keeps making plays.
So on fourth down, Flacco off to the sidelines. He gives way to Justin Tucker. From the right hash, this from 53. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And that will make this now a 15-point advantage. So yet another field goal to end a drive. That has been a very common theme. He's now hit 5 of them in this game.
Yeah, Brandon, as an offense, you hate that you've had to call on your kicker so often. But you have to love the fact that time and time again, he's come through.
Tucker now following the made field goal, set to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with him punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
On 1st and 10, it's Trubisky. And this is Gabriel on the catch. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. A gain of 6 there on first. At this stage, this drive's got to be touchdown or bust because you need 2 of them.
And if I'm the offensive play caller, I'm not just looking at my dagger plays downfield. I'm looking at some of my specials, something that can fool them and give you a big play now.
With a sense of urgency.
No doubt.
So they complete the pass, and now they face a second down.
Here we go.
Here's Trubisky to throw. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Terrell Suggs in there to get him the 6th time they've sacked him tonight.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Let's see what they draw up here. 3rd and long following the sack of Trubisky. From the shotgun is Trubisky. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
That's a first down if he holds on, but you saw the contact, able to jar it free from him and force a 4th down.
Great play defensively there, as you said, just to knock it free, because if he had caught that, past the sticks, 1st down. Here's Pat O'Donnell now as he's on to punt for Chicago. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. A big kick that time, 52 yards. And the Ravens, they'll take over. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack. Eddie Goldman able to swap him from that defensive tackle spot for a loss of 5. Well, you don't usually get a sack from a nose tackle spot, but we got one there.
No, we don't, and a lot of the times in passing situations, they end up off the field anyway. So how happy was he to work his way back to the quarterback and put him on the ground? He's going to end up with a nickname after something like that, some Big Jelly or something like that.
So the defense has put them in a tough spot. It's 2nd and long. And to give this time to the tailback. And he'll push forward for about 4 up to the 23. And in this situation with the lead 4th quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
Play action. Flacco. Carrying one deep for Crabtree. And that's caught inside the 35. A big play on 3rd for the Ravens. 46 yards. Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era and we think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people think about fantasy points and getting their numbers. That's all they care about right now.
So the offense has it 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is, and really a lot of the time they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
They run a draw here on 2nd down. And he winds up getting only a couple there, down to the 29.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
They got to get it to the 21 here on 3rd down. To pass, Flacco. And he's got Snead. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Willie Snead, 29 yards. And the Ravens will extend their lead. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning? Right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
Tucker now for the extra point. And the lead opens up now to 22 points. That time a 6-play drive. And it's capped off with a Ravens touchdown. Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And a couple yards deep, he'll go to a knee. He won't return it. And they'll take it out to the 25. The Bears offense now gets set to head back onto the field. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But hey, listen, if there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
Green, 39.
Looking to throw, Trubisky on 1st down. Looking sideline, incomplete.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he led him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
Here we go. Green, 39. Green.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Trubisky. And this time he's got the hookup. It's complete. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
Slant route's effective no matter who's running the route and catching the ball. But when you have a receiver of that stature, you have to be a little bit more precise throwing it. You don't have the same catch radius with the bigger targets.
3rd down now following the completed pass.
Here we go. 3-19. 3-19.
Now it's Trubisky. Gonna let one fly for Robinson. And incomplete. He can't hang on. Would have been a nice catch. Instead, it brings up a 4th down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man on man. And you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Their already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down.
Set. Green, 39.
Trying the right side with Howard. And he's not going to get the first. I don't even think he made it back to the line of scrimmage. Jordan Howard unable to get to that imaginary yellow line. And the Ravens get the football back and in great shape. Well, at this stage of the game in the second half, down 3 scores, I guess they felt like they needed to push.
And let's face it, with this deficit, if they give up another score here after they didn't get it, does it really matter?
Right.
It really doesn't. They had to go and try and make something happen if they had any chance of winning this game.
And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that, they had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were competent enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. So nothing there. I don't know that that's all in the back, though. You got to look at blocking there, don't you?
I would agree with that totally. At some point, they have to win at the point of attack. Instead, it was the defense getting it done again and holding them to no gain.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Stops short of the 25, and that second effort got him a couple extra. He gets them a little over half of what they needed. Now they're looking at a 3rd and 5.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball. But when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
On 3rd down, that's Allen. And that is what you call a hit stick. Put down to the ground hard. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down.
Well, this was just simply excellent defense. On this 3rd down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stuffed them for almost no gain.
So on 4th down, Flacco off to the sidelines. He gives way to Justin Tucker. From the left hash mark, this a 43-yard attempt. And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. And that will extend their lead even further. Well, it's hard to put your finger on whether this is something to celebrate or something maybe the offense is embarrassed by. But that's now 6 field goals he's made in this game alone.
Yeah, he's bailed them out quite a bit so far. But it's very comforting to know that you have a kicker that's got your back.
Tucker now following the made field goal, set to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. And now the Bears coming out as they get ready. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3, and that's exactly what happened there.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively.
Let's go.
2nd and 10 now. It's Trubisky. Caught out left side by Robinson. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue.
Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision, and receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield and gain additional yardage.
On first down, Trubisky. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. It's a gain of 5, and it's a second down. And this will probably be the last play they can squeeze in here before the 2-minute warning.
Defense always has to be careful in this situation. A lot of teams like to take a shot.
Time for a break. We'll come back and wrap up garbage time after this. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Five yards left for the offense. It's second down. Out of the gun, Trubisky. They'll get nothing out of that one, and it's going to lead to a third down. From the gun on third down, it's Trubisky. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs. Now Trubisky on first down. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete. Trying to get it to Tariq Cohen out of the backfield. And it's second down. Well, not to get too overcritical there because he knows what he's doing, but his shoulders looked a little off kilter there when he threw that.
I don't think you're being overly critical there. You're just analyzing it, and he gets those shoulders right. That pass will go from incomplete to complete.
Second and 10. It's Trubisky again. And he comes back with one complete. And he gets it down to the 32. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. Third and 2. Now Trubisky. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Perhaps they overthought this one a little bit. They've been running it real well on this drive, and it was third and short, okay? They decided to throw the football incomplete. Yeah, they might have thought just a little bit too hard about that play selection.
I don't think this will even, nope, it doesn't even get there. Well short, and this score will stay right where it is.
Well, this winds up an empty possession. Everything looked okay. He just never got the ball on target. And knowing him, he'll be disappointed with that effort.
Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. They have the big lead here late. They protected their home turf well, didn't they?
They certainly did, partner. And just think about how good that feels, because every team has a goal when they start the year to win at home. All right, and sometimes you don't win all of them, but they managed to get that done today. Just think about your routine stays the same. Everything's familiar. You feel right going into the game, and they translated that into a win.
They did indeed. They protected the home field, and now the final stages. They'll try the right side with Collins. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Yeah, let me puff out my chest a little bit. Even though I'm not rooting for either team, that was a really nice defensive play. It's awfully fun to watch, even in an offensive game.
And they'll run it here. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. He lost 2 there, and it's third down.
So, Brandon, when this offense gathers together to watch tape for this game, they're going to be feeling pretty good about themselves until the coaches get upset about the play we just saw. But you know their defense is going to be. But we put up big points all game long. The defense is going to win one every now and then.
Well, I know at points in this one you wanted to close your eyes because of all the points that were being put on the scoreboard. You're a defensive guy, but it was a fun little track meet, wasn't it?
It was, and you know the people who really enjoyed this game? They're the ones that like going to batting practice at the Major League Baseball parks, right? Seeing the 14-11 game, that sort of deal. That's right up their alley with what we saw in this one.
So that'll do it. For my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry, I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. The Ravens are victorious here as we say so long from Baltimore.